Well, hi guys. Today is Thursday, and I'm going to try something new. I hope it works, all right? Because I'm trying to do a Zoom conference with you all, although it's just me here. And then afterwards, I'm going to be able to switch on to something. I'm getting a little bit better on this technology thing, so let's hope that this works okay. Well, today is Thursday, and we're still working with Africa. And I know that some of you may be working with animals, big and small, or whatever, with either Miss Wynn or with Mr. Howard, or maybe some of the sites that you're doing. Hey, kudos to Seth and Caleb. Kudos. I saw that you made the caramel candy. You all are the bomb.com. You're amazing. Well, anyway, so today we're going to make a Mancala board. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Mancala. I don't know if you know it or not. It is a game that has been around forever and ever and ever. It started off in Africa and it has spread to other civilizations. When I say civilizations, I'm talking about it started off like 1400 years before Christ. And so that's when we had all different civilizations, not like we have right now. You can actually buy a Mancala board, like you can buy a Monopoly board or, a Candyland board or something like that. But you can also make a Mancala board if you've never had one. So what we're going to use today, and if you happen to have this around the house, it did not come to you in the box of goodies that you got. So these are just things you would have around the house, all right? And you don't even have to have this. But what we're going to use is we're going to use an egg carton, okay? It is empty of eggs, all right? You got that one. And you could use, you have to 48 of anything. And we're going to laugh about this later on because I'm going to show you some of the things because we're actually going to use buttons to do it. All right, here's my buttons right here because I didn't have enough jelly beans and they sort of got sticky when I did them anyway. Plus I ate some of them and I only had one pack of M&Ms, okay, because you want like little stones or something along the lines. I'm going to share with you first a little bit of the history about Mancala. And as I do this, this is going to take me a second because you know what I'm like with technology. So just hold on just 1 second and I'm going to give you a bit of history of the Mancala. All right. So here we go. Right here it is. And there we go. So that's what it says, a brief history of Mancala. Don't you just love computers and what they know about us? Because if you look at this, on the side here, they're advertising. You can buy a Mancala board for $10 from Amazon or for $14.99 for kids. Or here's a real folding set. I did actually used to have one of these and it disappeared. I don't know where it went. But this is what, excuse me, I got choked. This is what an ancient one looks like a boat, doesn't it? And then here is one that's a little bit more rudimentary right there. I'm just going to read this to you guys. Mancala is the oldest two-player strategy game in the world and has been played throughout Asia and Africa for over 7,000 years. Earlier versions of Mancala games used primitive tools constructed of wood or clay, or the board game were carved out of stone. Its origins are rooted in ancient Egypt. Stone Mancala boards from 1400 BC, 1,400 years before Christ, that is just unreal, have been carved into the roofs of Kurna temples in Memphis, Thebes, and Luxor. The game spread from Egypt to other parts of Africa and then to the Middle East, and proof of that was found in Palmyra in Syria. So this is what a Mancala board is. The versions typically contain holes which houses marbles or rocks, seeds or beans, and you're going to have 48 of them, though the number depends on the game. Most of them it is a 48, and I'll show that and explain that to you, okay? But this is sort of cool that Islamic cultures name the game with respect to the physical action that takes place during the game, calling the game Mancala, because Mancala in Arabic means to move, okay? You're going to move it across, so you're moving stones from place to place. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like it says here, there's a number of places that you can simply buy the game. So that's what Mancala is. Now here's a video that explains it to you, okay? I like this guy's accent, it's really cool. So you can listen to him for a second.
Hello, everybody, welcome to Mr. Kogan Tube. Today we're going to learn how to play Mancala. Mancala is one of the most popular games in Africa. There's evidence that it was played in around 1200 BC. And what I'm going to show you today is a westernized version of the rules with over 800 different Mancala games. Nobody is going to tell you definitive rules of this game. The name Mancala comes from the Arabic word Mancala, which means to move. So let's get on with the how-to. Each player has 6 pits on their side of the board. They also have a Mancala, which is this side. So if you imagine an imaginary line here, and that is player 1's section, and that is player 2's. The aim of the game is to get the most seeds or stones in your Mancala. You start off by putting 4 stones in each pit on both players' sides of the board. There should be nothing in the Mancalas at this stage. So we'll quickly run through the rules. Each player on their turn picks up their stones and places them into each pit. If you get to your Mancala, you drop a stone in there. If you go all the way around and you get to the other player's Mancala, you skip that and you go straight onto your pit. Now my final stone ended up in my Mancala, so that means I get another go. And now it's the next player's go. So I'm going to take the role of player 2 here. I'm going to do that. Again, that's in their Mancala, so they get to go again. And play continues like this. So it's player 1's go again. And you notice as you go around, you can put the stones into the other player's pits, but you don't put them into Mancala. Now, it's a great educational game. There's also a little bit of strategy involved. And here's a little rule. If you move one of your stones into a pit on your side and it's empty, but there's stones on the other player's side, you get to take all those stones and put them in your Mancala. So I'll quickly go around here and carry on the game. The game ends when either player has no stones on their side. You can see player 2 has no stones left. If that happens, then the player who has stones on their side remaining puts them all in their Mancala. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out who the winner is on this game. It's clearly player 1. Sometimes it's a little bit closer and you have to do a little bit of counting. This particular set I have is from Lagoon Games. There's loads out there, you can get them online. The instructions say that it's suitable for 7 years and up, but Zane's been playing this since he was 4, and it's really helped him with his counting. There's also a little bit of strategy involved, so it gets him thinking about not just what's happening now, but a few turns in advance. If you've enjoyed this how-to video, please give it a thumbs up. Why not subscribe for more? Thanks for watching. Till next time, goodbye.
All right, now, are you totally confused? Hold on, that sound's going on. I gotta get that sound off. Just 1 second, okay? Because that's gonna go away. Oh, no, we gotta get that gone. We gotta get the brief history of Mancala off. All right, so there we go. And there we go. All right, so I think we're back with me now. Okay, so let's go back here to me. All right, hope that wasn't crazy. Anyway, that was a little bit confusing. I had not played Mancala in a long time, so I had to give myself a refresher. And I watched that and I thought, I really like his accent. It's really cool. But I sort of lost track of exactly how. So this is the thing I did next, okay? Now check this out. This is a really easy way to learn, all right? And this is so cool because it helps you understand how it works, all right? So we're going to watch this. I'm going to start this thing, okay? Here's your instructions. You can only move the gems on your side. Each time you move, you pick up all the gems in the pit, distribute them in the counterclockwise direction. The last gem, okay, lands on your Mancala, then you can move again. The last gem of the move lands on an empty pit on your side, and there's some of the opponents on the other side, then you get to grab theirs and put them into your pit. So watch this. It really helps you understand. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start off with 4, okay? Look. And it landed there, so it's my turn again. So this time I think I'll put these in there. All right, now it's the computer's turn. Computer gets to go again. Now it's my turn, okay? So I think I'll go with these. Computer's turn. All right. Okay. See here. So what happens if and the more I sat there and played this for about half an hour and I understood how it worked a little bit more. Okay. So let's get mine. Shoot, dang nabbit. All right, so let's go with here. He's going to get a lot. Oh, he captured more of mine. Oh no, I'm getting beat really badly, guys. I think I get his. Yeah, I got his. Oh shoot, he got more of mine. Alright. Got another one of mine. Okay, I had 20, he had 28. Okay, so let's do it again and watch this. This is just a math playground playing Mancala. Math playground playing Mancala. But it helps me understand. And so the way you have to do it, you really have to sort of like, if I start here. Now watch this. If I put my thing over, it tells me how many rocks are in there, okay? So this is 6, so that would take me to there. So that way I get all of those, and I get to go again. All right, so I can go again here. Let's try going here. Okay. I can go there. That's one for me. I think I'm losing, guys. What do you think? That's 4. That's 3. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, I lost big time that time around. That was embarrassing. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the screen sharing and we'll come back to this. All right. Because that's the easiest way for me to learn how to play it. So we're going to stop that. It's going to come back just to me. And I'm going to show you how you can make a Mancala board. You know, you can just sit, if you're just sitting around the house or something like that, you want something to do. Oh, you love sitting around the house coming up with summertime and you're not really supposed to be out and about doing too much stuff. So what you can do is you simply take an egg carton right here. I've got my egg carton and I'm just going to cut it, all right, down the middle. Okay, you got me? Just going to cut it down the middle here. Okay, so don't need the top part. I'm going to discard that. I've got the bottom part. I'm going to cut this extra little thing off here. Okay. You know, African children play this game, and children around the world play this game, and throughout Africa and throughout the Middle East as well, simply by digging 6 holes in the ground, and their opponent puts 6 holes in the ground across from them, and then they put it like what they call a pit here. It's called the Mancala, or the pit here. Well, an egg carton doesn't have that pit, so all I have are my 6 holes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 4 buttons. I'm using buttons because, like I said, the jelly beans were really sticky, and plus I ate too many of them. I didn't have enough then, okay? And the M&Ms would be good if you don't eat your pieces, but I only had 1 bag of M&Ms. So I've got buttons. So each hole, I'm going to put 4 buttons. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These buttons are little. Lord, I'll have to pick these up. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got, I could use bigger buttons there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those will be a lot easier to pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pebbles would be really good because they're about the same size. That's why I was thinking M&Ms would be really good too. Okay, because that way they're a nice size to pick up. But it's late at night. I just got home from my trip to Kentucky, so I'm getting ready for tomorrow's lesson because I've got a doctor's appointment here tomorrow, or my husband does actually. At the time of our lesson, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 hands, or I should have worn 2 like sleeves so you could see like different right, left, opposite player. I don't have a pit. This is my Mancala board here. Can you see them? Okay, there's my egg carton, 6, 6. And this would be my side, and this would be the other person's side. And so since I didn't have anything at the end or a little box, I just got 2 little bowls. So I'm going to put one on each side. I wonder if I can lift up my screen and you can see. Nope, you can't do it. All right. I was trying, guys. Okay. So this is how I have it right here and with the other one on the end. So what I would do now would be simply to, as that game goes, I would start here and I would do my Mancalas. I'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to go again. All right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's the other player's turn. Okay. And he's going to go into his Mancala. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 goes into the Mancala. So far we're tied, okay? Now, remember that if you end up and you put one into an empty spot on yours, the other player gets all of your buttons or your M&Ms or whatever, all right? And if somebody goes out and there's none left on one side, then that game is over. And whatever you have on your home base, you get to put in your Mancala and you get to keep all those points. So you just keep going around and around. So that's a fun way to play. If you play on the computer, you can only play one person at a time on the computer. But if you play with this, Seth and Caleb can both play. Teach your mom or dad to play, Sarah, all right? Whoever you're there with, you can play. But you can be very creative. If you go to the beach, you can dig 6 little holes and go get your shells and line them up and do it like that. No wonder it was a game that came about so long ago. In many ways, it makes perfect sense. You don't really have to have a lot of anything to play it. But it's also very much of a strategy game because you have to think ahead. So if I take these buttons, how many are going to end up there? Is he going to get my points? So it's a strategy game. I tell you what, that one that I was showing you, the math one, it's pretty addicting. I played about 15 rounds of it because it was like, I've got to be able to beat the computer. Out of 15 rounds, I won 1 time. That's all I won. So one time I won, that was really good. All right, guys, again, this is Sandy Wilson, and we're studying Africa Week this week. Tomorrow we're going to be making an African craft. So you're going to need to have your glue. If you have Elmer's glue, that's what we need, not a glue stick. Elmer's glue. You should have gotten a piece of like long white cord, laundry line in your basket. And you also should have lots of different fabrics, African fabrics. So you'll see those in your basket. That's what we need for tomorrow. Mancala, the game of the day. And buttons, egg carton, M&Ms and egg carton. Very simple game to make. Mancala, from the Arabic word to move. And from our lesson the other day, we did learn that there are 2,000 languages in Africa, but the #1 language as far as dominance of being the most spoken language is Arabic. And that's where we get the word for Mancala. Mancala, to move your little stones along the way and to plot while you're doing it and get smarter, okay? Thanks, guys, for joining me. And you remember my word for thank you in Shona, my tribal language I learned to speak as a child? Majrita. Cup your hands, make that sound. Majrita, majrita. Thanks, guys. It's good to see you. Hope everything's going great for you. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm going to share that screen with you one last time. Let's play one more game, okay? It's really fun. I really like it. Okay, let's try it one more time, okay? All right, play again. Maybe this time I can win. Any chance at it? What do you think? I'm going to start with this one. Okay. That's 6, and that's 5. Oh, shoot, he got some points for me. I wonder if I can do it. Let's see here. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. I'm really bad at this game. Yeah, I'm trying to learn some strategy from the computer as I go along. I don't think I'm doing really well. Oh no, this is so bad. Oh, there goes one more of mine. All right. Well, the game's over, but I lost really, really badly. What can I say? Fred, you give it a shot and hopefully you can win. Do a lot better than I did. But Mancala, go to mathplayground.com, Mancala. That's a great site. You can play. Learned a little bit of strategy. It's pretty cool. Okay. Old-fashioned game from 1400 years before Christ was born, 1400 BC. Okay. Before Common Era. But guys, it's great to see you and be with you. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you on Friday. Okay. We'll be zooming in together. Okay. Making a craft. Bye. And I'm out of here. See you later. Bye-bye. And let's stop our recording.